Okay, folks, buckle up because we're diving deep today
Neat.
into some seriously big shifts happening globally
Yeah.
and what they might mean for the U.S., especially,
Yeah.
with the election right around the corner,
Right.
right? And we've got this incredible piece, actually, to help us break it all down
Yeah.
by someone who's been there and done that
Sure.
CEO experience,
Right.
time spent in the Middle East and Africa,
Wow.
even edited a political journal over in South Asia.
Yeah, this is not just some.
This isn't some, armchair analyst.
Yeah.
This is someone who knows how the world works.
Definitely somebody who's been in the thick of it.
Exactly.
And what I think is so fascinating about this piece is their real dedication to America's success.
Yeah.
Like no matter who's in charge, it's really looking at it from the lens of, okay, here's the reality.
Yeah.
Here's how it might hit us.
Yeah.
How do we make sure America comes out on top?
Okay, so let's unpack it all, starting with, I feel like we hear this all the time, bricks.
Right.
But
It's become...
for folks who maybe haven't been following it that closely,
Right.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Yes.
What makes them so important right now?
Well, I mean, it's really all about their growing power, right?
Yeah.
Economically and politically.
Yeah.
They are a force to be reckoned with.
Uh-huh.
And this piece really highlights India's shift towards China and Russia as a major turning point.
Okay.
India has been a key U.S. partner.
Right.
But if they're cozying up to this bloc,
Yeah.
well, the whole global power balance could shift.
Especially if they start messing with the dollar's dominance.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right, because one of the things that they talk about is BRICS exploring alternative economic systems.
Mm-hmm.
What if the dollar isn't the king of the global economy anymore?
Right.
What could that mean for us here in the U.S.?
I mean, think about it. Like if the dollar weakens, that
Yeah.
trip to Europe you've been saving for.
Oh, it's suddenly become way more expensive.
Yeah.
Imports would cost more.
Yeah.
Prices could go up on everything. It's
Yeah.
not just numbers on a screen.
Right.
It's your wallet feeling the pinch.
Oof.
Whoa,
Not good.
not good at all.
And speaking of challenges,
Yeah.
there's Europe.
Oh, yeah.
And they point out some serious tension over there,
Uh-huh.
particularly with the whole, conflict in Eastern Europe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
High energy cost sanctions on Russia. It's putting a huge strain on Europe's economy.
Right.
And, one of the things they observed is that this is breeding some anti-American sentiment.
Okay.
Some Europeans feel like they're paying the price for U.S.-backed policies,
Mm-hmm.
and it's making them question the whole alliance thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
There's even talk of NATO.
NATO.
Yeah, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Okay.
That military alliance between the U.S. and Europe
Right.
potentially weakening.
So that's a pretty big deal.
It's a huge deal. Yeah. Okay, so we've got BRICS gaining power.
Right.
We've got Europe kind of questioning its relationship with the U.S.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back home.
Okay.
How are these global shifts impacting
Right.
you, the American voter?
Yeah.
Because things aren't exactly rosy here either.
No.
Right?
No, they're not.
Like they painted a pretty stark picture
Yeah.
of what inflation is doing to families, like
Uh-huh.
rising cost of living.
Absolutely. And the author connects that to the debate about government spending, specifically programs like Medicaid and food assistance.
All right.
On the one hand, those programs are a lifeline for millions.
Yeah.
But on the other, there's the worry about their impact on the economy, especially with inflation already raging.
It's like this perfect storm brewing,
Yeah.
both internationally and domestically.
Uh-huh.
And that brings us to what they call the voter's dilemma.
Right.
Stick with our global commitments or focus on fixing things at home.
That's the tough choice.
Yeah, what's the mood like out there?
Well, they noticed a couple of interesting trends.
Yep.
Some voters, especially those leaning towards the America First approach,
Uh-huh.
they like the idea of pulling back globally and focusing on economic reform.
Okay.
Others are ready for a change in leadership, but they need more specifics on the plan.
Okay. And here's where I think it gets really interesting.
Okay.
There's this little nugget in their survey data.
Uh-huh.
Even among traditional Democratic voters,
Yeah.
there's less enthusiasm for Vice President Harris.
Interesting.
That seems like a big deal, especially if she has her sights set higher.
It definitely raises questions.
Yeah.
What's behind this dip in support?
Yeah.
They mentioned concerns about economic policies, leadership style.
Yeah.
If Harris aims for higher office, those are issues she'll have to tackle head on.
Okay. So we've got a lot on our plate.
We do.
BRICS is on the rise.
Yeah.
Europe's feeling unsure about the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
We've got economic struggles at home.
Yeah,
And voters are wrestling with some tough choices.
for sure.
This all comes back to the kind of leader America needs in this crazy changing world, right?
Absolutely.
Someone who can handle the global stuff, tackle the problems here at home,
Uh-huh.
and chart a course for a strong future.
It's a huge job.
It's a huge job.
And that's why I think it's so important for voters to really dig into these issues,
Yeah,
look at all sides, and think critically about the choices ahead.
yeah,
The world's changing fast,
yeah.
and the decisions made in this election will have a major impact on where America stands in all of it.
All right, so there you have. The world's a complicated place,
It is.
but hopefully this deep dive gave you some food for thought.
It's good stuff to think about.
What kind of leadership does America need to thrive in this new world?
Yeah,
That's the question.
that's a question.
Worth pondering
Absolutely.
as we head towards that election.
Keep digging, keep learning.
Keep digging, keep learning,
Make your voice heard.
and make your voice heard.
Exactly.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks for having me.
for this deep dive.
It's been great.
See you next time.
Yeah.